I'm your host, Jeremy Lockley, once again, joined by my brother Clint in this episode, talking four-star wide receiver, 2022 commit, Evan Stewart. How you doing, brother?
Hashtag all gas, no brakes. Hashtag Sark After Dark. Hashtag 22 Effect. Midnight commits from Evan Stewart out of Frisco High School, man. It's always nice. It's like Christmas, waking up. It's like a gift wrapped package for Christmas under the tree. When you get a commitment, it's midnight, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're looking at Twitter, and then I'd seen you kind of posted something at 2:00 this morning. Guess you got up and looked at Twitter as well, man. But excitement, dude. I can tell you the biggest news for me out of this situation is when you lose guys like Jalen Waddle to Alabama, when you're losing guys like Garrett Wilson to Ohio State. I put Evan Stewart in those categories, in those guys' categories, man. As far as athletic ability, man. As far as taking a screen pass and taking it to the house. Legit 10.74 100 meter track guy, 200 meter track guy, long jump, triple jump. Obviously 6 foot, 175 pounds, out of Frisco Liberty High School in Frisco, Texas. Currently ranked number 40 nationally, 247's composite, number 5 wide receiver in the nation, and number 8 in Texas. And we talk about how important it is to solidify these guys. And really the top 15 guys in the state of Texas, you want to try to get as many of these guys as you can in the fold. And they've been able to do it with the skill guys, man. You're talking about Jaden Blue, number 4 running back in the nation. You're talking about the number 2 quarterback in the nation in Malik Murphy. And now you have, Evan Stewart, who's going to join on Monty Winfield. Skill guys galore, man. So Sark's an offensive guy, and he's going out and get these offensive guys, man. So your thoughts, man, after looking at Evan Stewart's film?
All right, yeah, the film study part. So he would have those strengths that you would expect the number 5 receiver in the country to have. Evan Stewart pops out on tape. Again, you will see the likes of Devontae Smith when you watch Evan Stewart's film. Basically what they do at Mansfield Legacy is a lot of 5 wide, spread, empty backfield with no running back, sometimes 4 wide receivers, 1 running back. But get the ball out of the quarterback's hands, get it to him on bubble screens, get it to him on flare screens, put him in motion, all for the simple fact of putting somebody in danger, putting them in a mismatch disadvantage. Again, he's an explosive athlete. Clint kind of covered his speed, 10.74, 100 meter guy. So when you see him, nobody's catching him. If he breaks off in the open air, nobody's catching him. A lot of times he could run away from angles, but with that track speed comes excellent vision and instinct. So a lot of track guys sometimes don't translate that speed to the football field. This guy has no problem doing that. What kind of jumped off to me on tape is generally when you're as fast as a guy like Evan Stewart is, you don't have to really pay attention to fundamentals and technique. But this kid is a precise route runner for his age. To come into his will now be his senior year, a lot probably 7-on-7. That circuit's probably taught him about precise route running because he's traveling all over the country, facing the best defensive backs. And so probably 7-on-7's allowed him to become a precise route runner. Like I said, Frisco Liberty, they do a lot of 5 wide, empty sets, putting 4 receivers on one side, leaving him the other side, and kind of letting him dictate his game. Sometimes they'll line him up in the slot and run out routes or flare routes. And then sometimes they'll line him up to the boundary and run simple post or slants, just to get that guy going one way and then going the other, because again, he's a 10-7 guy who runs really, really good route. So he's got that quick twitch burst off the line of scrimmage. Can't really get your hands on him, even though he's only 6 foot and 175 pounds. But another thing you generally don't see with track guys that he has is the ability to catch the ball with his hands. He catches the ball with his hands, great receiver of the football, runs through contact. So his quarterback at Frisco Liberty puts the ball where it needs to be to allow him to get in the open field and make plays. As I said a little bit earlier, he's utilized similar in the Frisco Liberty system, and I imagine under Sark's system, the same way Devontae Smith and Sark utilized Devontae Smith at Alabama. Get the ball at the quarterback's hands, get it to him, get him in space, get blockers out in front of him, let him use that speed, those instincts, and that vision to get out in the open field. And he's a really smart football player. When he faced zone coverage, like with man underneath and a safety over the top, he's a guy that doesn't run into danger. He'll find a soft spot, sit down in the zone, receive the football, and then try to make plays, versus running into coverage, essentially. So everything pops on Evan Stewart's film. You talked about this these weapons in this 2022 class kind of aligning themselves with Malik Murphy, Jaden Blue, Armani Winfield, and now Evan Stewart. You can definitely see why he's a top 50 player in the nation. Wouldn't be surprised if he got that 5-star by the end of his senior year, but currently he's drafted or current draft grade of the second round. So you're really going to love him on the 40 acres. I really loved him on his huddle film. If you get a chance, please check that out. We'll drop that link on this video.
Name, image, and likeness is something that's going to happen here in the next few years. And for those that don't know, just add a little tidbit here, man. He's got 1.3 million followers on TikTok. So he's a social media guy, man. 1.3 million followers is crazy to think of, but so name, image, and likeness is definitely something that's going to be up his obviously his wheelhouse. Maybe that's why he committed at midnight last night. I don't know. Is a wake up in the morning and you get the ball rolling type of deal. I think Jaden Blue put out a tweet yesterday. Who's next? With really talking about Evan Stewart and Dewberry and Banks. I think this is going to get the wheels rolling, man. I think right now it seems like that each one of these programs in Texas A&M and Oklahoma and Texas kind of want to do each other up, do one up, with each other. Somebody commits, another guy commit over the top, another guy commit over the top. So it just seems like there's a whole bunch of silent commits out there. Hopefully more silent commits to the good guys, man. But definitely excited about, Evan Stewart moving forward. Need to get some of these guys in the trenches next, man. Trench, man. You can have all the skill players you want, but if you don't get your trench guys, man, it's hard to protect the quarterback. So, but hey, we hope you appreciate this podcast. You can find us on Twitter at TX Football Talk, on Instagram at Texas Football Talk, and on Facebook at Texas Football Talk. A little tidbit here, man. Me and Jeremy are trying to get into the Instagram live piece, but kind of did one on there. So if you haven't been over to our Instagram, go over there and check out our Instagram, follow our Instagram. We'd appreciate it. Please hit that like button. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you. As always, y'all have a wonderful long day and hook 'em.
Hook 'em.